simply because this will be the first fully owned African cable or sharehold with African shareholders. It will be the biggest in size, with the first pair having a design capacity of 36 terabytes, which is almost more than the combined capacity of the existing cables right now. We'll also get some advantages with the new cable in that we have newer technology, we'll have less latency in terms of speed, and a better product in changing times and changing technology.
Where to where?
Yes. So the uniqueness of this cable is that we have three pairs running from between Mombasa and Djibouti. And between Mombasa and Djibouti, the initial design capacity on the express busway, there's normally an express road, will be about 36 terabytes. We'll be activating that initially in trunks of 100 gig, which means we'll have flexibility in terms of capacity activation. And it also means we'll see an improved experience in terms of latency and speed. Most importantly is it gives us, as a country, also some more protection and resiliency to the existing cables that go to the Middle East, let's say to Fujairah. So we'll get protection in terms of availability of service. So that will be a uniqueness about this cable. Something else is it also allows us to open up other African countries and other African regions, allowing also African traffic to stay within Africa, which means if we need to exchange capacity or traffic between African countries, we don't have to go to an exchange point, say in Europe or in Fujairah or anywhere else. We can do this as an African initiative and exchange the traffic within African countries. Actually, what this cable does is keep in tandem with those demands. Year on year, we've seen the demand for internet capacity triple at a bare minimum for the past 3 years. So that means if we're using 1 terabyte this year, next year we're probably looking at 3 terabytes. However, that doesn't reflect also on the price, so it means more capacity, but it also bringing the prices down. People are using more, but probably at the same price or relatively around the same price. What this cable does is it opens up the bandwidth market, and it allows us to have a lot of capacity at a competitive rate. I think also it's timely strategically to have this cable land at this time, because it's been 10 years since we had the last set of cables installed in this region. What does that mean? That means for the first 4 cables that we had installed in this region, 10 years later, we're almost halfway through the life of the cable. So we don't want to wait till the cables are obsolete and we are stuck before we have multiple ways out and multiple ways of driving and routing our traffic from this region. So this cable gives us another new leash of life on the undersea side of the cables. So what this cable has done is it has given us flexibility, because there is a pair that is an express busway. So this is like an express highway if we are talking in terms of a road. So I can jump on a highway, I get on the highway and I exit in Djibouti. It's also given us another lane that has exits. So that has BUs, what we call branching units. And we've created these tabs in the middle of the sea. And then later they can branch into the different ports, potential ports. So we'll probably have a port in Bosaso and a port in Hargeisa. So it'll give us flexibility on the second highway, on the second pair, to be able to drop or interface with traffic in some of these markets. But I think the most popular use will be on the express highway, where we normally need to go up to Djibouti to interconnect with a lot of other providers, and it's a hub. So we are creating another second hub here in Mombasa to say, If you need to interconnect regional traffic, be it from the East African countries, be it from the French islands, be it from just the regional players, Mombasa is a place to interconnect with ease. So for this cable, we'll have it in Nyali. Right now in Kenya, we currently have 3 landing stations. That is Telkom, Mombasa Telephone House, and Nyali. So we will be landing it in Nyali. So in Nyali, they will be sharing or co-sharing a facility with the Lion 2 cable. So this will be the second cable we are landing in Nyali. So with the availability of this capacity, what that means is it makes Kenya ripe and attractive as a destination for a lot of the content providers, a lot of the entrepreneurs looking to set up new data centers, be it small data centers or hyperscale data centers. It means the capacity is here, and that opens up our market, to that. 4,700, approximately 5,000 kilometers. And then maybe an interesting fact is beginning the lay in Djibouti to delivery of the cable here takes about 45 days, which means they do approximately maybe 1,000 kilometers a day. Any big regional players that are interested in investing, be it in capacity or some form of shareholding, we are available as Telkom Kenya to facilitate that. And this also opens up the region. I think I mentioned that, by landing there, Kenya now has a total of 5 cables landing here. And that's very significant in establishing our position as a hub in Africa for international cables, ICT, and generally the bandwidth market. It means we are making strides and we are making steps towards the right direction. So we want to push, we want to open up the pipes. That also improves innovation. It also opens up business and provides cost-effective capacity and solutions also to the wananchi. Then there are a lot of engineering exercises that will be ongoing in the background as far as testing, making sure the power levels are right, making sure the transmission is right, making sure that all the repeaters are working fine. We expect to have it commercially ready for the market by June 2020. That's not Casper, is it?